Adaptive cards are JSON-based UI elements that can be added to any app or service and automatically adapt to its surrounding. If you want to know how to add adaptive cards to Copilot Studio, which is formerly called Power Virtual Agent, then this video is for you. Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Prince Adimado. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to add adaptive cards to Copilot Studio, which was formerly called Power Virtual Agent. But before you go into the main content, please consider subscribing to the channel if you are new here, and turn on post notification to get notified anytime I release a new video. Let's jump into today's video. So we are at the home page of this is not the home page per se, but into web.power va microsoft.com, or you can just go to open Copilot Studio. You can type in this web address power web.powerva microsoft.com to open Copilot Studio. But to open it, you must first be signed in into your Microsoft 365 developer account before it can open. Otherwise, you have to sign in. Yeah, so this is Copilot Studio. This is Copilot Studio. But you can also open Copilot Studio by opening Power Apps. To open Power Apps, if you are new to this, you can click on the app launcher, then click on Power Apps. Once you open Power Apps, if you don't see chatbots pinned to the vertical navigation, click on More and pin it to the vertical navigation. And you can also pin other solutions, or you can also pin other items to the nav bar, to the navigation bar as well. So let's go into Copilot Studio and click on Copilot. Then we should create a new Copilot. So this Copilot, I'll be adding it as I'll name it as YT02. Just want to send message, but I'll leave it at the default the language. I'm not going to use any generative AI capabilities of Copilot Studio. I'll just click on create to create my Copilot. So it is setting up the Copilot for you, for us, if I should put it that way. All right. So this is our Copilot. So if you are new to Copilot, I suggest that you go to the documentation, and I'll also be leaving my blog or my article I wrote some time ago on how to master the Microsoft Power Platform and essential tips to master the Microsoft Power Platform, which is give a very detailed explanation on how to master this tool. There's a family of tools. All right. So first of all, we're not going to build an extensive Copilot or bot. So what we're going to do is just create a simple topic that can be used to send a message. So let us first create a topic. We'll be creating it from blank, and we'll be adding um, we click on edit first. Yes, click on edit. That's what you have to do. And add send message. Add send message. Make inquiry. Inquiry. spells it wrong. Yeah, make inquiry. Um, I want to find out more. Okay, it's not maybe the best the best keyword, but so I can say I want to send a message, reach out to um reach out to say customer service. I think I'll add this phrases or this trigger phrases to the app the topic for now. But I'm going to use send message. That's what I'll be typing. This shows how when creating the bots, things that goes into it whilst creating the bots. You have to figure out what your users will be typing in to trigger a certain topic. So we want to add um we want to show a message first, then we say I can say all right, kindly kindly answer the following questions to send your message. So that's showing a message. So once you are done, you can click on ask a question. And in asking of a question, what you have to note is that we have identities, right? So first of all, you have to select your identity first. Then say your data type. Um, for the first one, it is first like full name. So we're going to collect the users. We're going to extract the users entire response, right? And users entire response, and I'm going to say enter your full name. Then we want to give it a variable because once just click on var, the var one, come here and say var full underscore name. Um, and under the usage, you can see topic is limited to scope. That is limited to only this topic, right? You have not even titled that topic yet, but you can say you can check this box to receive values from other topics and also return values from other topics if you want to access the data collected here or stored here in other topics as well. But for now, we're using it in only this topic, right? Kindly check the docs to find out more. So let us name our topic. I'll say send a message. Once you are done, you can click on save to actually save our topic for now. So it's best to, after adding some, after working for a while, you have to save it to prevent you from starting all over again. So our next thing will be email. I'll say enter your email address. So for the email, Copilot Studio it has an email identity or entity. Click on the var one, show it and you click on this email. Just type in email as your variable. So once that is done, click on add again. Click on ask question. For this one, we're not going to use a choice. I think the entire response will be fine. When you come here, just let me enter, or let's enter um subjects, enter subject of the message. Once you are done, click on the var one to give this question a variable name. After doing that, so var subject, yes, var subject, then click out of it, close it, then add, ask a question again. So in action the question, this is our last question. So I'll say enter um enter your message. Click on more, or like more, the arrow there to click to show more of the options of the entities. Um, and click on entire response to extract the entire response of what the user will be entering. Then we give it a MNG. You don't want to type the full message, right? The full name as well, like the full name or the full word. So once you are done, let's click on save to save. Right. So we can test out our bot right now. So I can just refresh. Yeah. So I'll say send message and see full name. I can type my full name and type my full name. So I'm Prince Adimado. My Here's my email address. Subject, I'll say our platform. Then the message. Uh, how do I book a power platform? Power platform. How do I book a power platform session? It's a training session. Yes. Let me copy it. Let me click into it again. Let me enter. Let me see. So once it's sent, that's all. So that's where our bot ends. Also, the topics, I don't want to go into much into the Copilot, but it has topics, some already made topics, or default topics, and also system topics as well. All right. So what you have to do now is to just click into the message. Then you'll be calling an action. So there are two ways. What I know is that there are two ways, or maybe more, but what I know is that there are two ways of adding adaptive cars to Copilot Studio. One of the ways is using Power Automate, and that's the method we'll be using for in this video. So let us so I'll click on add, and add I'll be calling an action, and calling of an action. If your action is not here, or if your action is not here, then you have to create a new flow. So you click on create a flow, and it will open Power Automate, where that's make.powerautomate.com. Um, so it is opening our flow with two default actions. One of the action is run a flow from Copilot. So we're going to take the input from Copilot, and our first input will be first name. That's full name. That's the name of our field. Full name. You can leave this. There, please enter your inputs. Then that's email. Then the next one will be subject. Then the last one will be or the final one will be message. Right. Once you are done, click out of it. Then what will we be returning? So we just for now we will be returning the review of the output. The review of the output. Right. Yes, I'll be adding the output very soon. But before we do that, let's just click on um add action another action. Before we add another action, let us go into Copilot into adaptive cards to create our adaptive card. So what you have to do, you can click here to add an adaptive card, right? But we will not be doing that. So that's go to ask show a message and all that. But we're not going to show a message for now. So what you'll be doing is to go to adaptive cards, adaptivecards.io, then go to designer and adaptive card for your info. Adaptive cards have a very good documentation. Right. At first, I didn't know how to use a designer until some time ago, a while ago. But I knew how. At first, I was reading their docs to write out my whole JSON to for my adaptive cards. But until I discovered how to use their design. All right. So the target version in Copilot Studio is now up to 1.6 for both framework web chats. So we're setting it to either 1.0 or 1.1 to 1.2. So let's just set it to 1.2, the target version. Um, okay, before that, let us create a new card and be setting it to also know that if you don't know how to write out your own adaptive card, um, adaptive card, there are some sample like examples here that you can use and see how they created it. So this is a adaptive blank adaptive card with version 1.2. So what we'll be doing is to add like a test block, and a test block just first at first I'll just typing it in myself with JSON like with following their documentation. But you can do it here without actually writing any JSON. So at this side I'll say send I'll say review your inputs. Oh yes. I think there'll be a better way to write this. Um review your inputs. Yes, review your inputs. Right. Then you can give a for the layouts, you can give spacing and all that, wrapping and all that. But what you want to do is to give it a font type of default, the size large, weight of folder. We are not going to give it a subtitle, but what I want to do is to um, center it. So what I want to do is to center this. I think there should be something here. Um, Horizontal alignment center. Right. Then what you will be doing next is to add a column set. Just bring it beneath the text block. And a column set, what you'll be doing is to will not be binding per se, or you can bind it. So you can bind it once, right? Yes. And I'll be adding a text block. In the text block, I'll come here and say full name. In the full name, I'll be adding another text block beneath it. Oh yeah, no, I'll just add it beneath it. Um, and since I know that this is where the dynamic data will be at or be rendered, I'll say full name, at full name. Then in I'll select the full name itself. I'll select the full name itself, and um let me give a spacing of medium. Then I'll give it a type of the default type, the size medium, weight to default, the no color. Yes. Then the full name to I'll be giving it to default. Um Size of medium, then weight of default. Yes. Yes. Then yes, so I'll be adding another column set too. In a column set, I'll be adding um tests into the column sets. So let me cancel this. I'll be adding a test into the column sets. Yeah, let me add a test into the column sets. Okay, I have to bind it. Yeah, we bind it. Yeah, add a test into the column sets. Um, so in the test, I'll just write email with a colon. And I add a test beneath it. Then back with the email, follow the same procedure. Then the spacing, I gave it a medium. Then the font type is default, size of medium, weight to of default. Then the um, test to default, medium, then default, right? Then, but it's not be new text block, but to be at email. Yeah, at email. Then our next input will be um another column set beneath it, and I'll just bind it once, and I'll be adding a text block here, a text block here. In this text block, it will be subjects. Then I give a spacing of medium. So wrap is also checked. If you don't want it to wrap, you can uncheck this. But since the full name, email, and the subjects will not be like they are not long characters, so it's not wrap. Um um so default, like the size of medium, the weight of default. Um yeah. Then I'll be adding a text block beneath it. As if you're watching this video to this point, kindly let me know any Power Platform questions you have. You want like any video topic you want me to cover in my next video, so that I I make a video of it. So if you want me to make any video on anything, maybe it could be Power Apps, it could be Power Automate, it could be anything. So let me just know, right? So this one to be at subjects. Let me just know which video topic you want me to cover in my next video, and I'll surely um answer that. Right. So let's keep the comment section active. Um, let me know what you think about the video. Okay, let's go on. So I'll give it a weight of default. Default, yeah. Um, so let us go into the last one. So I'll give a column set. In the column set, I'll bind. After binding, I'll add a text block. In the text block, change the text. Change the text to message. And the message, the spacing. Let me just give a spacing of medium. The font type of default. Font type of default. Size of medium. Weight of default. Right. I think what I can do here is to give it a weight, a weight of bold, right? Then come here and change it for the rest of them. So at least to make them stand out. So all of them, I'll be giving it of bold. Then this one, the size will be medium, and the font type will be default. The same thing for email too as well. So for the email, default, size of medium, weight of bold. And the same for the full name to default, medium, then bolder. I think that's it for now. So once you are done, just copy the payload. So you see copy card payload. Then let's head into Power Automate. And in Power Automate, we'll be adding an action. And the action, let us go into the built-in action so that we don't need to save us from typing. I think we'll be going to the data operation, I guess. I think if not data operation, then yeah, it's data operation. In the data operation, we'll be adding compose. So in the compose, let us add that inputs. So I'll just type in I'll just paste in my uh, JSON, adaptive card JSON payload, and have you seen where we had the at full name? Bring it here. You delete it. You make sure that you click into where the text is. Come down, click on the actions, and enter full name. Click on full name, and the next one will be email. So you see at email so that you don't get confused on where to render your dynamic data. So email. Then when you come to subjects, click on into the text of subjects, then click on the action. Make sure that it's within the the strings, right? Um, and a message. I think for the message, I didn't add. That's one thing I didn't add. Yes, I didn't add a text block. So I think I have to do it all over again. So let me add a text block beneath the message, right? In the text block, I'll set it to the default size of medium and no weight as default, right? And let me just copy, let me just come here and copy the payload. Let me paste it, clear this and paste it here, and start all over again. So that we don't, it will save you from errors on if I want to just add the message, the dynamic content to it. So for the email, click into the email, delete it or clear it, then just type in, just click on your email in the dynamic action. Uh, then for the subject, clear it, make sure it is still inside the string, empty string. Then click on subjects. Then for um, I think you see for the message, I didn't do it as such. So, but this is the message. Uh, click into on the dynamic content, the action, click on message. So I think for this we are done with this. So we are done. So compose has an output dynamic content. So just click on output. Right. So let us save our flow. First of all, let us change the name of the flow. Let us give it a new name. So I'll give it YT 02 002 send a message flow 202. So this is how I name it. And I'll click on save. I'll be showing you. At first, I think I used to do it like this, but until recently, it gives me an error. So I'll be showing you that in a bit. So let us finish saving and let me call the action in Copilot Studio. So in calling of the action, since it's already saved, let me refresh so that this Copilot Studio can get my flow. So yeah, so click on add, then action, then so this is our flow. I updated a few seconds ago. So let us call it. So now this is the output. It's already rendered. So what we'll be doing is to add the return the input value to power automate. So we are first of all we adding the full name, we adding the email, we also be adding the um subject, then the message. Right. So once you are done, let us show the output. In showing of the output, click on send message. In the send message, click on add. You click on add, and in the add, you click on adaptive card. And the adaptive card, instead of JSON, click on formula. Um, then let us clear this. Open this up. So it's to still show up. Open this up. Type topic as the current thing, right? Topic dots, right? Review output. Let's check that's correct. Click out of it. Click out of this two. Then save. So we're going to test our bot again, our Copilot again. Let me refresh this. So in refreshing this, I'll just type send message and click on enter. So it is sending, and the full name is Prince Adimado. Um, enter your email address. I think my email address here. Click on then subject. I'll say power platform. Then uh, type this in. So you see, now having this error at first, it used to be like this. not like this error. At first, you can render your um adaptive cache directly as this without doing anything to it. But these days, once you do it, it will say the flow is of a record data type, but it expected a string data type. So what you have to do is to go into Power Automate again, then in action, go to built-in actions, and the built-in actions, click on variable, and the variable initialize a variable, and initializing of the variable, let us name it uh review review same review message. So you say msg output. That will be the name of our variable. But let's actually change the type from boolean to string. Let us add this one. How do you call it? Default value. In the default value, I'll just say msg. Click out of it. So yeah, um let us set the value, or set the variable. Um, so in setting of the variable, go to variable and go to set variable. And in setting of the variable, click on the variable, because if you don't initialize the variable, you not be able to click, you don't be able to see anything in the drop down. That's how it works. So in here, click on the action button, you click on uh um so this is how you say we'll be setting the output instead. The output instead. We assign, yes, we assign the output to review message output. Once we are done, we come to what we'll be returning to Copilot Studio. Then what we will be um so you put in your, yes, we render this dynamic content, review message outputs data variable here. Once we are done, so right now we just converted it to a string. I think you should have to save. So after saving, everything you have done here is correct so far. Everything you have done here is correct so far. But let me just refresh this and let me see whether we will have to change the output or something. I think it's the same thing. Um, then in a message, let me just delete this. Let me delete this. Let me add another message. Yes, a new message. In adding of the message, click on adaptive card, click into the formula, open it up. Then it will be this topic, like the current thing, dot review output again, right? Click out of it, then save. So as I was saying at the beginning of the video, I said I built a chatbot with which was then called Power Virtual Agent, now Copilot Studio, and I had to render most of the messages, not just messages in adaptive cards, most of it, so that it looks more presentable and nice. So let us restart our chat again. Um, so it will be Prince Adimado. Um, okay, sorry, it's not with Prince Adimado because there's no topic like Prince Adimado, so it will be send message. And one thing about Copilot Studio uh, is that if you should, if Copilot, if Copilot doesn't understand your input to escalate. So when you are developing the bot, maybe you have to put an escalating feature into it. Yeah, you need to escalate to a live agent or something else. So let me enter my email. Um, and the subject will be Power Platform, and a message. Let me input this message in here. So we should be seeing our adaptive card. So this is our adaptive card. See, this is our adaptive card. If this adaptive card should be rendered in Microsoft Teams, it will adapt to the UI of Microsoft Teams. If this UI is supposed to be rendered in Telegram, it will adapt to the UI of Telegram. If this UI is rendered in Outlook, it will be rendered. It will adapt to the UI of our Outlook. So thank you very much. This is how to add adaptive cards to Copilot Studio, which was formerly called Power Virtual Agent. Thank you very much for watching. If this video has been helpful to you, kindly subscribe to the channel. And without wasting any much time, see you in the next video. I am Prince Adimado. Bye.